team ban.
Welcome back. This is game 2 of the Reddit Dota 2 League Week 3 official match between Q Dodgers and this name is Awful / Awful Gentleman / Awful. Q Dodgers taking game 1 in powerful fashion, in spirit-breaking fashion, with the Spirit Breaker making all the difference in that one, heading towards mid rotations, having huge impact and driving them to victory. I'm Zaran for terrible damage, and this is game 2. So, can Awful bring it back? That's the big question. Here, once again, they are banning out the Outworld Devourer. Last time they threw the Nature's Prophet in towards mid. They had a very gank-centric, global presence kind of lineup. Io, Nature's Prophet, Clockwork, Nyx Assassin, Spectre. If they one-on-one, everybody can be there all of a sudden. But the counter to that, if they didn't get off to a good start, which is what happened after they got shut down by the Spirit Breaker, Mighty Atlas making it happen. And with that early deficit, they just couldn't do that split push. They couldn't be everywhere because Mighty Atlas could be everywhere. And that kind of crushed the hopes and dreams of Awful. We'll see how they switch it up in this game. Once again, Io is available if they want to go that route. Darkseer, Lifestealer banned by Q Dodgers. Q Dodgers banned... It was Awful Gentleman, I believe, last time banned out the Weaver. And then Batrider was banned out by Q Dodgers. So Batrider and Weaver both available right now between those two that did not make it in game 1. But once again, Q Dodgers going to go with the Gyrocopter, going to go with the Leshrac. They broke, don't fix it, going with what worked in game 1 so far. That combination. Again, Batrider is available if they want to jump on that. As popular, though, as it is, as strong as Batrider can be, not everybody is that professional team, but they're going to go with it. The coordination has to be there to make proper use out of the Batrider. You got to have somebody who can make good use out of it as well. Awful says he's available. We'll do it. We'll take it. If he's going to make it past your first 2 picks as well, well then, by all means, we'll handle that as well. We've shown a lot of flexibility in our lineups as well. Nature's Prophet went mid last time. You don't know where Batrider's going. You don't know where Nature's Prophet is going right now. And again, we see the Storm Spirit ban. Last time it was by Q Dodgers. Now, Hero, Mighty Atlas, the Spirit Breaker was taking over the game, so there's a lot of focus on him. But that Keeper of the Light, Dr. Professor Putis, was making it happen, especially in the early game. Illuminate's hitting everybody. By far the most amount of damage coming out in the first 10 minutes was out of that Keeper of the Light. Awful, not wanting to deal with that again, banning it out in their first ban. Alchemist then stopped by the Q Dodgers. It will be really interesting to see if they want to go that same route. They can't add in the Keeper of the Light, but they could certainly still go with the Chaos Knight. Hell, Io is available. They can go Io, Chaos Knight as their next 2 picks. They've got first pick here after their ban, so they've banned out Weaver. I would not be surprised if they went Io after it lasted all this time in the draft. But just like Batrider is kind of a hero where it has to be something that your team does. If you don't play it, just picking it because it's available may backfire. And they grab the Chaos Knight once again, sticking with what works. They can't get the Keeper of the Light, but Spirit Breaker also available. They could just grab that +1, and there you go. They don't require Keeper of the Light to do an aggressive tri-lane, though the mana was nice for Chaos Knight especially. But for mana, you could go a different route. Grab the Crystal Maiden. You have that aura available. Can go on the aggressive. Very strong in those first few levels. Based on how they're drafting, it looks like that's what they're doing. Sticking with what they're doing, so I would not be surprised if they went that route. Into reserve time here for Awful. They really have not shown their hand in terms of what direction they want to go. Nature's Prophet, not... You know, just because you grab Nature's Prophet doesn't mean you have to be... go as far as they went last game to sticking to a theme. You can just have a Nature's Prophet. And you could go aggressive trialing. You can put him in. You could go really defensive. Just throw him in the jungle. Abandon the off lane. Get that quick Midas. You can put him in the off lane to try and disrupt a bit. Rubik comes out. Again, just kind of this rounded, versatile lineup that we don't know what they're doing. I would say they're going defensive tri-lane at the very least, though. Naga Siren grabbed by Q Dodgers, so that's going to be their secondary support. Leaves just one more, and would not be surprised to see it be the Spirit Breaker after what went down last game, and based on them picking picking every hero so far from the previous lineup that was not first banned. The one thing we do know out of Awful is that they need another support, and they need a one hard carry. Those are the two things they need. Right now it is looking like for Protect 1. Of course, Nature's Prophet has some carry potential, as he will always find his farm. Loves his Midas. Can split push, build up, and become that damage dealer late. But expect another kind of traditional classic for Protect 1 carry, I do believe. However, they do have to be careful. Q Dodgers wants to stick to what they were doing before. So I'd suggest that they have something with more laning presence than the Spectre. Rubik Jakiro, hyper defensive, but there is some concern from my side where without any sort of killing potential, which between those two as supports, you really don't have any killing potential. Whoever's going in that tri-lane is going to be shut down by an aggressive tri-lane, and that's going to be a concern to me going into this laning. But still gonna have to wait and see who they end up picking. As bizarre, actually no. I'm trying to think of what they could do right now to round out this. I was thinking as a really bizarre pick would be Sniper, where you can kind of farm from more of a distance, a longer range carry, so you aren't necessarily shut down if they aggressive on you. However, Naga Siren, the sleep, when you have that kind of squishy, back of the lines kind of carry, that sleep will be deadly to be able to initiate on you, and there'll be nothing you can do. So that's just not going to work. So again, it puts Awful just in the draft in kind of an uncomfortable situation. As Puck, the final ban out. Q Dodgers, will they go? Will they commit to this and go the Spirit Breaker as their last pick? Will they do it again? They do. They're going with the same lineup. The only difference is that Keeper of the Light was banned, and there's a Sven. I applaud. I love seeing more Sven. Bring him back. So, here's what I actually suggest for Awful Gentlemen for their laning. I don't think this is what they're going to do, but this is what I want them to do. Put Sven mid in the tri-lane, and then in the tri-lane up top, put either the Nature's Prophet or the Bat Rider, and then put one of them bottom. You can do either way. Batrider would be a massive nuisance against the aggressive tri-lane, but would also do better against Gyro. So probably Gyro down, Batrider down bottom, and then Prophet as part of the tri-lane. As weird as that may sound, but we're underway. For the Q Dodgers, the Dire team, we have Tim the Enchanter will be again reprising his role as the Chaos Knight, headed toward that aggressive tri-lane. Joined up, the Scrambles. Actually, this time not taking the Shrek, we'll be playing the Naga Siren. And Dr. Professor Putis switching it up, doing the Shrek this time to join up with these other two tri-lane buddies. Mighty Atlas once again mid as the Spirit Breaker, and up top, solo again, Ragbinder the stand-in on the Gyrocopter. As 5 again, Awful Jingo again playing the Nature's Prophet. Drew this time on the Sven as they poke in and see each other. Coming around, all smiles to lift up. There's the Ice Path, hits, not perfect chaining, but this will be the first blood. Goes the way of Squiddy, and once again, the 5-man to secure the jungle pays off. All smiles on the Rubik with the lift. Again, with the 5-man, the amount of experience is not a whole lot, but very nice. Squiddy to start off with that first blood gold, as he just immediately finishes up a magic wand with that gold, as they put Squiddy the Batrider in mid. So it will be Batrider up against the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker very tanky, but Batrider, of course, should have the advantage here. But, of course, with all matchups comes down to execution. Up top, Jingo will be against Ragbinder this time. They're switching up that. And then down bottom, again, we have the defensive tri-lane up against the aggressive. All Smiles picked up a double damage, so far they've been coming out pretty well with this. Stack going to come up a little late there, and once again, I missed the kill up top. Ragbinder, you're messing with me. I was expecting a stack there at All Smiles. Actually just walks around it and puts up a ward. Making me look bad, Ragbinder, with these kills. I have no idea how you're managing, because you shouldn't, but making it happen. Doing the impossible. And once again, that lane, that solo lane, really hurting. Even with the switch up, this time Jingo on his own, not able to make it happen. So Q-Pop is... I got interrupted there on the introductions. Q-Pop is playing the Jakiro. And then Squiddy will be playing the Batrider on mid, as we saw Jingo on the Nature's Prophet up top. So far, Mighty Atlas doing mighty fine. Actually leading just by a little bit. 8 last hits to 6-1. Well, Ragbinder with that early kill is leading the way and doing amazingly for himself. 5 denies as well. Helping out quite a bit. That's slow. As we look to have some sort of contest here. Moving in, and there is a ward on Professor Putis looking to block the camp most likely. A lot of pings, but nothing happening so far. They're not quite sure where to drop it now. They're going to drop it in the trees there to block the camp. Farm, though, Drew doing a bit better this game. He's at 9 last hits and 2 denies up against 7-2 on Tim the Enchanter. So that is starting off better than he had before. And actually a TP in towards mid at a Jingo. I wonder what's up here. Looks like he may just be going into jungle. Giving up on that lane top. I'm really not sure what's going on as the D ward looks to happen. And this sentry ward, I do believe, blocks this camp as well. That's a little counterproductive as the rotation comes around out of Q-Pop. And indeed, it will be just jungling out of Jingo. Just giving up the lane up top. The early death just making that lane too rough. Which, between the relative unkillability of these two heroes in mid, though there is a bit of danger once Mighty Atlas hits 6, and if Squiddy stays low, he could make something happen. There's a net out on Awful. Follow-up Chaos Bolt, 2 seconds there with the level 2. Follow-up Split Earth. Reality Rift. Stun hits 3, but down goes the Jakiro. 3-man Stormbolt, not quite enough. Camp not able to be dewarded. They were looking to make something happen there, but it didn't work out. The ensnare up by the trees, too far away from his teammates. Allows the chain stunning to do the damage. Mighty Atlas going to find himself an illusion rune. No bottle on him, though. Also, no bottle here on Squiddy, which is a bit unusual. He's not crowing either. And now, a bit zoned out, he is Awful. So with the rotation out of Jingo, this is the only place where the action is going to happen. Awful has moved up just a bit. In comes the charge out of Mighty Atlas. He's level 6. The lift up interrupts the charge. But a bit of miscommunication there. Stuns on different heroes. But Drew in a lot of trouble. Nether Strike goes out on All Smiles. All Smiles will go down. And Drew goes the wrong direction. This is going to work out. They get both. And the charge goes out on Q-Pop. Going in. A lot of tower damage going out on Mighty Atlas. He may as well turn and fight. No, that's all 3 down bottom. Mighty Atlas survives. And the rotation makes a huge difference. Once again, 5-1 now. The board going the way of Q Dodgers. That's top lane and bottom lane won soundly for them. As the regen rune is pinged out. Unfortunate for Mighty Atlas not spotting out that ahead of time, but Tim, glad to heal up. Jingo. Still working on that Midas. Down bottom. Drew having some trouble now that this lane has taken a turn for the worse. Up top, the free farm means Ragbinder is doing amazingly well for himself. Way on top of the board. 45 last hits, 22 denies. Happy to have that lane to himself. And Snare goes out on Q-Pop. The charge in from Mighty Atlas. They go on All Smiles. Stormhammer and Ice Path hit on 3. That's not enough to save All Smiles, though. Drew now trying to get out. The rotation in from Squiddy. Nether Strike goes out on Jingo. He gets low, but he traps himself in with Mighty Atlas, and he goes down. There's the lasso out on Tim the Enchanter, but Firefly is late. Tim the Enchanter able to back up and will be fine. Now running into Firefly, has to be careful. Mighty Atlas gets a bash out on Squiddy, gets lifted up, but now down goes Q-Pop for a second time as he rejoined the fight. Drew get out of mana, trying to catch up to Tim the Enchanter, can't. Charge comes in for Mighty Atlas out on Drew. Now uses the war cry. Can he escape? He's at 90 HP, gonna try and turn and go on Squiddy, not enough, and he will survive. Drew now trying to turn on Scrambles. Do they have enough DPS? Drew gonna survive, and they get Scrambles as well. Awful managing to turn that around and do all right for themselves. They did lose 3 though, so not the biggest win. 3 for 2. By the sheer numbers going the way of Q Dodgers, they did get Mighty Atlas out of that. So could have been worse, most certainly. Drew surviving throughout it all as well. Means he has hit level 6. And is happy to eat that up. He's still sitting around the middle of the board in terms of gold as the charge from Mighty Atlas. Let's just follow the Space Cow. In he comes, but the action has already started. Ice Path goes out. The charge coming in, gets stunned out. Nether Strike goes out on Drew, but with the God Strength going to do a lot of damage here. No, the heal up from Magic Wand. Magic Stick, in fact. The Drum Charge goes off trying to track him down. And he gets turned around. Drew with the last hit there. That's 263 gold away for him. No casualties that time for Awful. Getting over aggressive that time around out of Mighty Atlas and Q Dodgers. Awful saying we're not turning over this time around. That said, though, we're 10 minutes in and there's 67 last hits on the board for Ragbinder. Looking very fine. That's the Sleeping Giant right there. Has not been involved in any of these fights. Is out on top of the net worth by a wide margin. And if Drew doesn't find a way to accelerate his farm, that could be a big, big problem. Pings out on Mighty Atlas, spotted out coming through the jungle. TP home. They're from Jingo. Wanted to call him Jingles for a second. All the attention has been brought down bottom. The last fight didn't work out, but again, they have everybody here. In fact, actually, Mighty Atlas has moved back in towards mid, but that doesn't stop 4 from being here out of Awful. And if they have to do this, again, free lane, Ragbinder happy to take it. That's an advantage going the way of Q Dodgers, so Awful then has to make up for it by finding an advantage down bottom. They are creating now space for Drew, though. That's the one big thing. They need Drew to get that farm to be able to compete. With Ragbinder up top, he has started off behind. He has fewer than half the last hits of Ragbinder. No fault of his own. He's been up against this tri-lane, while Ragbinder's been solo up here the entire time. Squiddy returned to mid, and we may find some sense of normalcy, if only for a little while. Only 2 here. Got to be careful. They could swing around. As Q-Pop out of position, there's the ensnare. Chaos Bolt follow-up, Split Earth. No way All Smiles can survive that, up too far. And now the charge comes in from Mighty Atlas. Are they willing to dive? In he comes. No, he does stop. Not willing to dive so far. Squiddy coming in, pinging him out, saying stop him. No, the Ice Path misses. Chaos Bolt and Stormhammer's exchanged. Warcry thrown in. And Song of the Siren used to disengage. Not willing to fight this. I think they may have been able to get may have been able to fight that no mana for God Strength on Drew. But this time taking the safe route. And that's the difference one big fight can make. Not so willing to dive in anymore as Q Dodgers. Yasha going to be the first big item after that helm. So may go straight into the Manta, or as we saw last time, he got the Yasha, but then had an MKB on him, so may not go for the full Yasha. Got an Urn coming out toward Mighty Atlas. Ping going out. May have been indicating the ward. Ice Path, catching scrambles, but just a little poke, not a whole lot going on there. Oh, All Smiles gets Song of the Siren, had not used another spell. Very nice steal there. Especially given the nature of Mighty Atlas, as he picks up a double damage, he's most certainly going to charge here. But he's going to go on Squiddy. He's the target. Down he goes. Other TP's in. He's going to be dead before he can. No! Gets the lasso off. Now TP's come in. Nether Strike is used. Can he get Squiddy? No, he's not even going to get Squiddy. Can they turn this around? There's the Dual Breath. Trying to chase him down. And down goes Mighty Atlas. Big turnaround. There's the lasso used before Nether Strike gets off. A little slow on the trigger. Down bottom though. A kill. Naga Siren able to bring down All Smiles. Chaos Bolt thrown out. No, the ult! Nature's Wrath bounces through and will take out Professor Brutus. Perfect timing there, saving Drew under his tier 1. They were looking to dive. But the bounce through doing work. The score, still the advantage of Q Dodgers, but awful. Looking to make this a game. But you do have to point to the Sleeping Giant once again. Ragbinder not involved in anything so far but his own farm, and it's paying off when you look at the net worth 7,200. But Drew is next on the board now. He's crawled and climbed and clawed his way back up. Got Treads End and Ogre Club looking in towards BKB. Chaos Bolt, All Smiles. There's the ensnare. No way out of this one. Down he goes. All Smiles out too far again. Really, with the aggression that's coming out of Q Dodgers, going to really have to back up if your own backup not there. But find themselves just within range, able to make it happen. Pick up another kill, 11-6 now for Q Dodgers.
Radiant structures are fortified.
TP's in, even use the fortification. Nature's Wrath bouncing through. That's starting to hurt. Jingo actually not getting a Midas this game. You do not often see this out of Nature's Prophets. It's become the core of cores, as it were, but not willing to go in for it. Perhaps a bit concerned about having a rough time in game 1, not having the impact he wanted. Goes in for the treads, for the survivability, the strength that imbues. Nether Strike thrown out on Drew, get low, one more right click will do it, and brought down. No support able to come in. They use their TPs to get down bottom and secure that tower, the rotation in. I believe Ragbinder helped out with that one. In fact, did he get the... Oh, no, he actually ended up not being involved in that one. Just ended up being nearby at the conclusion.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Illusion Rune is there. Squiddy going to grab that one. Again, no bottle on Squiddy. Mixing it up here. From the norm. Jingo headed up top. The ensnare out on All Smiles. The Macro Pyre all over them. But Song of the Siren used. Oh, the Nature's Wrath bounces through, gets very close, gets under HP there on Professor Pudis, but not enough. Ice Path thrown out. Level 1, that means a 3-minute cooldown there on that Song, and once again, it's used defensively. So not able to make a big engage happen. With the Helm of the Dominator, the stacks coming out there for Ragbinder, using that Ursa to stack it up. Going to go in for the BKB next up for Ragbinder. They're not going for the full Manta, at least not yet. Has the Mithril Hammer and the Ogre Club in his stash. That leaves him 800 short of the recipe to finish up that BKB. Drew, close, a little bit closer, 550 off of that. Ice Path thrown out, does not land, but all Miles once again up a little too far, perhaps acting as bait this time. Looks like, no, Tim the Enchanter goes down, all Smiles still surviving, charge in from Mighty Atlas. Scrambles getting very low, ticks over. Call down hits on everybody though. And in comes Ragbinder, double kill for Ragbinder, ends up going 3 for 2. As Drew and the bat going down as well. Ragbinder joining in on that fight and making the difference. And there's your full BKB for Ragbinder. And Sven set back just a little bit. Once again, Nature's Wrath bouncing through. Being annoying.
Illusion.
Looks like Mighty Atlas is going to be working in towards his own BKB. Tim looking for an armlet first though, just like first game, and why not just like first game? Sticking to their guns, just like in the draft as the push comes out here out of the threesome. All Smiles, Chaos Bolt, Reality Rift, back lift up as Squiddy is there. Lasso no on a creep. Misclick makes it unfortunate, and then Chaos Bolt on an illusion. An unfortunate series of events there. Charge going out on Drew, but he will TP home. Global rocket time. Home missile across the map. Look at it go. Picking up speed. Ka-tunk. Has maxed that out at this point, sitting at level 15. That is atop the board by a wide margin. Getting no hand of Midas there on Jingo, so not making up levels with a Midas. Rotation here out of Squiddy and Awful and Q-Pop. Not willing to go in Firefly. Does not have Blink. And just sort of walks in menacingly and scares off Mighty Atlas, who now sets a charge on Q-Pop. Q-Pop, not where you want to be, and a snare charge in. Ice Pack on all three, but the Chaos Bolt will finish him off.
Another trophy for my horse.
As the others back up. Drew has finished up his BKB. I like that sword. What is that sword? Radiant Clave. The International 2013. Now we know why they picked Sven. All Smiles TP's in. The top, we'll hold that out for the moment.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As Q Dodgers looking to rotate back in towards mid. No, they're going to be looking at Roche now.
Dire structures are fortified.
Drew actually popped God Strength. That is very unfortunate timing as Roche is looking to be attempted.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Bottom tower is denied, and that's going to be another minute before that's back up. A lot of pings happening, but I don't believe the vision is there out of Awful, so they may not know this is going on. Those are Dire pings, not Radiant, so far no indication that they know this is happening. There it is, there's a ping. Q-Pop, but it looks like it may be too late. Roche not going down all that fast. But with no movement out of anybody, this will be down too early. That's 24-12, your Roche timer. Being to have a bit of a stack there. These have already been cleared there by Ragbinder. Seeing at 214 last hits. Net worth doubling up. The next closest on the board. Well, almost. Slightly less than double of Mighty Atlas. Is more than double there of Drew. Who's trying to catch up. But through just farming, it's just not going to happen. They really need to take big fights. If we check out the graphs, 10,000 gold advantage, 10,000 experience advantage, once again, going one way.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It is the strength of Gyrocopter. He scales very well late, but has that mid-game impact, even if he doesn't have farm. So that dual combination means that there's not really any way to make him useless, which is unfortunate here. Tim sitting in Viz, TP out from Jingo. Tim not willing to commit there on his own lonesome. Perhaps looking for a charge from Mighty Atlas. But we'll just back out as the Invis fades. Down bottom. Push from 3. As Ragbinder makes the rounds through the jungle as he's not safe to be up top just yet. Two pushing the tier 1 top. Flat cannon doing a fair amount of damage. Stuns go out on both ways. Drew getting low before he even gets a chance to do anything. Jingo will Shadow Blade away.
Tower is under attack.
Takes a roundabout route, but we'll get on out of there. Unfortunate engage there out of those two. Gives the kill up to Ragbinder as the push comes out bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No way to defend this. And that's a tier 2.
Bottom
Away of Q Dodgers up top. Ragbinder continuing the push towards the top tier 2. Still sitting on an Aegis.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Once again working towards and will complete a Monkey King bar. Not completely scared of a single TP, and a Stormhammer is thrown out, but not going to chase after that one. Rocket goes out. Tit for tat there between the two.
Dire's courier has been slain.
Oh, the courier got sniped there. Jingo sniping it. The charge in though. Dust throwing out. Jingo. It'll cost you.
Dominating! Axes, please!
Now they're going to look to go on Ragbinder. This is the lasso. God Strength used as well. He actually needs to stop pulling him back. It didn't let him attack there, but they'll bring down the Aegis. Drew needs to get out of there, though. 2 more right clicks and he's a dead man, but he's going to walk right into Mighty Atlas. Look out. No, there's no mana left over. They actually able to bring down Ragbinder during all of that, though. All smiles in the middle, in the thick of things. Charge goes in on Squiddy. And down goes Squiddy. Mighty Atlas is under the tower, though. The Song of the Siren will save him at 40 HP. And that's the disengage. I saw a buyback. Who was the buyback on? That was on Jingo. Jingo buying back during that. He wasn't really part of the fight, got picked off over here, so the fight was 3 for 1, though they got the Aegis and Ragbinder, both good. They did lose Drew, though. So can't say that's worth it, losing him as well. And if you count Jingo, that's 4 for 2. 4 for 1, sorry, and that's gotta hurt.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mask of Madness, the choice added Drew. You know, in some ways can understand it, some ways can't. It's double-edged, of course, because you're taking the additional damage, but the real question is here, you know, do you go this when you're behind? Well, it can be incredibly cost-effective, so from that perspective, yeah. Being behind, get cost-effective items and try and make it work. On the other hand, with Flat Cannon, with the damage that Ragbinder can dish out, having that Monkey King bar done already, on top of the BKB Yasha helm, that do bits of damage added up, along with the survivability. You know, giving additional damage to that is pretty scary, but if you can lock them down and get those Mask of Madness increased attack speed hits in God Strength and bring him down quickly, then that can be the difference maker. It will help accelerate his farm as well, just a little bit. Tim with his own helm. Walking around with an Alpha Wolf. They really need to update that model, though. You know, that profile. Look at that. That's just... That's circa 1998, isn't it? Kinda, that's looking old. As it is, though, 15 and 20,000, the gold and experience graphs, respectively. Looking very rough. And Ragbinder again doubling, more than doubling up. Drew. And it's going to come down to some good old Wombo combo. Be the difference maker. Ice Path, Macro Pyre, Mask of Madness, God Strength, Cleave. Everything coming together to make a team fight work, but it can happen. This one's not over. Game 1 was pretty over before the before the GG was called, really. This one, not gonna say so. Long way to go for Awful. But a turnaround can happen.
Illusion.
Mech has been built on scrambles, working on a pipe next. That's a cloak coming out, but has no inventory space for it. Looks like they're going to smoke, but need that courier after the smoke. And doesn't seem like they're going to realize it, so not going to have that cloak during this. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, but would have been nice. Drew, looks like he may be onto them, backing up. Will they catch up? Very close. No, the turn right. Need to go back into base. Oh, just gets out of vision range of scrambles. Doesn't get off the ensnare. You saw the windup. Drew barely escaping that one. The Firefly in. There is a Blink Dagger available, but not going in. Now Firefly down for 30 seconds. As it looks like the tier 3 push is coming. However, Roshan is up. Oh, not quite. Not quite up. Was it 24-12? Bad memory. I need to write it down. That's why I write it down when it's in-game, because I'm never going to remember it. But I believe it was 24-12. Should be up, you know, in a matter of 15 seconds, and that's where they're going. They're going to the pit. They're getting ready. They have it warded this time, and with the time, seeing that back up, they know this is happening. This is their chance. They can get there in time if they go straight there, but Q-Pop, what are you doing? Get over there. If you're going to contest, you have to contest now. And it's too late. It's down. This time is 34-34 your time, and Ice Path thrown out. TP's away, and they disengage. But no. Jingo actually stayed up top. That let Mighty Atlas get the kill. Unfortunate timing there. No buyback, 40 seconds. The wait as the push on the tier 3 is coming. Not everybody there, though. Missing Putus, so this is a 3-man push, and that's going to be their saving grace. But the Finnish Satanic, they really need to kill Ragbinder while he's lassoed, and I'm not even sure they can do it. Because if he survives, Satanic, and that's full health. On top of the I don't know how they stop Ragbinder when he has an Aegis, because the Satanic he has 3 lives now. And he's just doing so much damage compared to everybody else. We do have crit, though. Drew has crit. You know, one of those heroes where if the RNG gods are on your side, can make all the difference. He's getting constantly interrupted by the mini bashes. There's the lasso, but Song of the Siren gonna interrupt it. Now call down, coming down. It's timed out perfectly. Drew gonna go in, but he's going down fast. But everybody's grouped up. Storm Hammer on everybody, but it's not enough. No crits coming out. That's 4 down. Jingo's back up. But everybody else is down. No buyback, no buyback, no buyback, no buyback. And that's Rax mid. Could be double Rax. Should be double Rax. And they're just going for tier 4s. Ballsy call here. Can they do it fast enough? They may just well be able to. Tier 4 getting low. There's one tier 4 down. If they don't get Ancient and they don't get a second Rax, I say Awful is still in this. Reality Rift back. Q-Pop out too far. And that really hurts. All Smiles getting far ahead. Not sure what the plan is there. All Smiles, what are you doing, buddy? Brought down by Ragbinder. Lasso doesn't work. Coordination not there. Drew left on his lonesome. BKB used and gonna turn around now. Charge comes in. That's physical again, so no way to BKB out of it. Held in place. Another strike. Another full wipe. And that'll be it. Game 2, GG called. Q Dodgers taking it 2-0. That's their first win on the season for them. That brings them 1-1-1. And they're going to take this best of 2-0, 3 points the way of Q Dodgers. Stuck to their guns, played the same lineup both games. Par one hero that got banned out. That was the Keeper of the Light, becoming the Naga Siren. Either way, worked both times, making it work. Q Dodgers 2-0 over Awful in this Reddit Dota 2 League Week 3 matchup. Till next time, I've been Zeron for Terrible Damage. I hope you've once again enjoyed this Reddit Dota 2 League presentation.